Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Crockin Moms podcast TV show. And you're listening also all around the world on radio as well. And I'm your host, Lisa Marie. Today on Crockin Moms, I'll be cooking live on television and all over. And I'm also interviewing an amazing guest for some extra flavor as well. So it's been so hot today. It's one of the summer months. And I am getting to the end of this pregnancy. I have less than a month to go before baby Levi comes. I'm going to be a mom of 4 amazing boys. Actually, my 1-year-old's napping right now. My 14-year-old is helping my 5-year-old play Roadblocks and have such a good time. And so I'm mom tasking right now and spending some time with my followers of 1.2 million. Oh my goodness. I have the most amazing Crock-Pot mom community. These moms are crocking all around the globe. And I know they're commenting and saying hello. And we just love that you guys are always messaging us and sharing your recipes and also sharing what you would do different with our recipes. We love it because I'm learning from someone from Texas. What would they do with their chili while I'm the Hoy here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? Yes. So guys, it's summer. It's so hot. And I know we're like in the 90s here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right now. And after this, we're going swimming when the kids are all done playing their games and Luke is up. We're heading to the pool. And I don't want to put my oven on today. I told my husband, I am going to make a pulled pork, which that recipe we'll share online, but I'm not cooking that live today on television. Today, I'm going to cook something very easy. It is called Crockin corn on the cob. And I know most people would say, why don't you just boil the water and, just cook your corn and then put your favorite toppings on, your butter and your salt and pepper. But you know what? I like to do the slow cooker. It's fun. It's neat. You could take it camping. You're not putting your oven on. You're not having that hot steam in the house either. Like the crock pot, it just reduces the heat in the home. Like I had last week, I had our R.W. Jones on. She was amazing. You got to check that interview out. She was on her tour bus going all around with her welfare tour and just doing amazing things, especially even with Beyonce's dad. I thought that was really cool. So you have to check her out because she's doing great things. And I had her on and she just said how in the RV it's so hot to cook. And that's what's great about the slow cooker. You can bring it everywhere, camping. You can bring it on your RV. If your oven's broke, or even if you just, like my producer, Alicia, she was like, even when I put the oven on, it's so hot. And she has her air conditioner on. And I told her I'm right there with her. So that's why my slow cooker is on today as well. So I'm telling you, that would be great during the summer time, for you not to put your oven on. So I love the slow cooker corn on the cob because it tastes really good. The flavors are just slow cooking together and it's only on high for 2 hours. So it's not a long process. And we're going to go through all that too when I bring my guest on. But let me go over my ingredients today and then we'll bring my special flavored guest here and bring her on, show her what we're doing, and then we're going to interview her. We have an amazing interview coming up and I can't wait for you guys to meet my guest. So first of all, let's get back to the corn on the cob. Slow cooker corn on the cob. Yes, you can do other things than just a roast in the crock pot. Like I've been doing pizzas. You guys have to check the other episodes out. I'm doing cakes. There's hamburgers. I made a grill in the slow cooker. So many things you can do. But for this recipe, you're going to need aluminum foil. You can use parchment paper too if you have that at home as well. Also olive oil. If you don't want to use olive oil, you can use butter. and salt and pepper is like the main traditional corn on the cob. And then we cook that on high for 2 hours. But I'm going to like do all kinds of recipes today. I got my bacon bits here, my garlic powder. I also have Old Bay seasoning. I love that. I mean, if you can't get to the Chesapeake Bay and get those amazing crabs, get some Old Bay seasoning, and it's so good on corn on the cob. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever tried it, but corn on the cob is so good with Old Bay seasoning. It just reminds me, like, it's really good with paired seafood, shrimp, lobster, crabs. But, you know, most of these lobster bakes or seafood bakes, you'll notice everyone's always serving potatoes and corn. So what better way is to also use your Old Bay seasoning. And so right here today, I just have my butter, my oil, my salt, my pepper, my Old Bay seasoning, garlic powder, and my bacon bits. And I have lime too. And you can also try chili powder. And I'm going to show you variations of what to do. But right now, I just wanted to give you the ingredients. But the simple recipe is just the salt, the pepper, and the oil. Boom, you're done. Cook on high for 2 hours. But we're going to get fancy too. But first, I want to welcome my amazing guest to our show today, Mallika Appana. Welcome to our show. She's a children's author, illustrator, and a mom, and all around amazing person. So welcome to our show today.
Thanks for inviting me to the show. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, thank you. And I wanted to say, like, right before we were live, she was like, I had no clue this was going on television.
Yeah. I had no clue. I still don't know how I'm going to,
welcome to TV.
Through, so let's see.
And we're just so blessed to have you on and what you're doing. Now, today I'm making slow cooker corn on the cob. Have you ever heard of that?
Well, corn on the cob in general, but not the slow cooker types. Yeah.
Not doing it in the slow cooker, right? Did you hear me earlier? I don't know if you were in the green room or not, but I make pizza in a crock pot too.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's great to
So
know.
easy to do. You get pizza dough, you spray your slow cooker, put your pizza dough in, your sauce, your cheese, your favorite veggies, cook it on high for 2.5 hours. Boom, you got a bubble pizza. And that's not even in our episode today. I'm just adding it in.
Okay, yeah.
It's like the slow cooker is magical, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's here to save time. So do you usually cook in your slow cooker?
Yeah, I guess a lot of my cookings are in the slow cooker, like regular cooker. I use an electric cooker. Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that sort of connects me to what I wrote in my book too, but we will take it at a later stage, I guess. But you go on. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And I love your book as well. Like, we're going to go over that. We're going to pop that up too. And first of all, let's get cooking. Let's get Crockin this corn on the cob, put it in, and then let's get your interview going here.
Okay.
All right, guys. So basically I have 5 ears of corn. Now, you can just get them already peeled, but I love to go to like a farm stand, a local farm stand, support our local farmers. They are providing so much goodness in our world. And, I love to give back to them as much as I can. So if you can too, and support our local farmers, please do. Get local corn, local vegetables and fruit. And so I already shucked this. My husband taught me how to shuck. He grew up on a farm, and I love my in-laws. They are always like doing corn, big crab legs and corn and peeling. So they taught me how to shuck, which I just I take it and I peel one layer here, and then I have it and I pop that right off. And then I take all the silk off. But today, since we're on TV, I wanted to pre-do them all. So I have them here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 1 ear of corn. All right. And I have olive oil here, right here in this. Let me move this closer. Can you guys see this? Let's get a little closer into there we go. Is that good? Oh yeah. How's that looking, Mallika? Can you see that better? Can you hear me?
Sorry, I was on mute. It looks great.
She's like, I'm like that too. I have to mute 3 boys. Sometimes I have to mute. Okay, so can you see this a little better now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm giving
it looks great, and yeah.
Okay, so I have my corn on the cob. So what I do is I just took a little bit of oil, put it in a bowl, okay? And if you don't have olive oil, you can use butter. Okay. So I'm using a little bit of olive oil because it's just a little bit healthier and it tastes great. But they're both wonderful. So you're just going to go ahead and you are going to paint your olive oil on. And first of all, you're starting with aluminum foil. So just a little bit of aluminum foil. And I'll show you what I'm going to do because I'm going to roll these up and put them right in the slow cooker. So easy. So I have my oil here. Okay. And then what I did was I just put a little salt on. Boom. Salt that baby up. Okay. And then I have my pepper here already. And I'm just going to pepper this baby. Look how good. And this is so much fun with the kids. They can help you shuck. My 14-year-old helps me shuck the corn. And then my other one, he's just sitting here sprinkling all the spices on. So it's fun. It could be messy. You can have one kid painting the olive oil on, just getting them involved in cooking and being a part of the whole, farm to table era. All right, guys. So this is how we're going to roll up. We're just going to roll one piece. This side tuck in, this side tuck in, and then roll again. Okay, boom. And this is wow. You're probably thinking, what is she doing here? Look, first of all, let me get my pot holders because this slow cooker is hot over here. All right, so I did this. I wanted to show you guys. I have. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. I never had a crock pot slip out of my hands, but they're not dangerous. I picked it up pretty quick. So this is what I did. I put them in like this, dry. Okay. All right. So I'm actually going to take one out to show you. So you're going to put this in your slow cooker for 2 hours on high and put the lid on. And what I did, so this is my one that I just made. And I want to just show you guys a close up. We're getting some new cans too, so you can give you a little overhead here. But look at that. See how easy? No water. That's going to cook on high for 2 hours. And you're going to have something really yummy. Now, I want to show you putting this back in the slow cooker. So I want to get out my corn. I'm going to show you another variation too. That one I just did the oil, the salt, and the pepper. But like another one that I did, it was like so easy. I don't want to burn myself over here. So I'm just going to pop this here. All right, let's open one up really quick. And when I was talking about aluminum foil, this is all you need, this much. And if you don't have aluminum foil, use parchment paper. Whatever works for you. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So this I made early, like 2 hours ago. And it's not that hot. But make sure you use your utensils, okay? I don't want anyone getting burnt. We got to take care of our kids here. We need our hands to run these businesses, fold those towels. All right. Ooh, that smells so good. Okay, wait. I'm going to get one more out for you guys because I want to show you. I did one with Old Bay. Do you like Old Bay seasoning or ever heard of it? Where you're from?
I'm from India. India, yeah. But I've lived in the DC metro area for past 8 years.
Okay, so you've been exposed to really good seafood, right?
Yes, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yes, because I just came from Maryland and the Maryland area, and we always go down to Ocean City, the beach with the kids, and I love seafood there. It's just so good, and there you guys are exposed to some really good stuff. So if you are shopping, check out some Old Bay seasoning because it is so good to put on the corn. So when I do that version, I will take my olive oil, my salt, and actually I won't do salt because it's too salty. I do my olive oil, my pepper. I put a little bit of pepper on, and I put my Old Bay seasoning on, and it is so good. I want to show you what that looks like today. I'm a one-woman show here. Well, not really. I'm my amazing producer, Alicia. She's awesome. But check out the corn. See, here's the Old Bay kind. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's so good. I don't know. Does anyone like seafood here? I'm obsessed. I must be craving this. And then this is the butter and the oil. It's not too messy, and you're just picking it up, and you're ready to go. So what do you think about that? Do you think you'll make these?
Yeah, definitely. I like it. I like to Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm always, trying
Yeah,
new
well,
things. So
another recipe too, which a lot of people love, is you're going to put your olive oil on your corn, then you're going to put your salt and your pepper, and then you're going to put some lime juice, which is so good, and some chili powder, and roll that up as well in foil, and it's awesome. Also, I do a pesto corn on the cob, where you're going to take pesto instead of the olive oil, rub that on, and do salt and pepper and your pesto, and you just put that in too. So there's a lot of variations that you can do. And there's one more I'm going to try out while we're talking. I wanted to show you. One time I was thinking, wouldn't bacon be good with corn on the cob? So I'm going to try some bacon bits. If you have homemade bacon, you can do that too. But I'm going to do some olive oil, some salt and pepper, and I'm going to do some bacon bits. And we'll see how that comes out. All right. So while I'm doing this, I want to interview you. I cannot wait to figure out what, first of all, like, how did this all start? Where did your journey begin?
well, so as you know, I'm basically an engineer and an MBA, and I was doing a corporate job before I had my child, and after that, I quit working and I was caring for him. And a couple of years into it, when I was ready to get back to working, the pandemic hit, and during how it was during the pandemic, right? It was very hard to find childcare, so
All the
we then
childcare was closed. I mean,
yeah.
everything was closed. So for the people that had to work, to
Sure,
continue to work. I mean, I know so many people had to stop working, but remember all the essential workers, all the entrepreneurs out there, the business owners, there was no way you could stop work, and childcare was taken from you. So what do you do?
So we had to keep our son home, and so at this point, I really couldn't devote that time to look for a job. But I guess during this time, I was reading a lot of books to my son. He loves being read to, and I was reading a lot of picture books to him. And while as I was reading all of these books about different cultures and countries, they brought back a lot of memories from my childhood in India, particularly about my love for Indian arts and crafts. So, and also back in the day, I used to do a lot of oil painting. So then I started putting these memories in the form of illustrations, and that's how it started. So
Oil painting is so hard. Like that's a hard thing to do.
yeah,
You're just doing it for fun, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I have these gifts, and I'm going to use that. I always think that we get this, like when you're talent, we all have amazing gifts. I feel we're all equipped with so many gifts. And when you find them, your heart just sings joy. And so I think when you're like, go into your hobbies, do what you love. And if it's kind of like pushing you even further than the hobby, you should do it, because you can find, your journey there. That's what you're supposed to be, what you were meant to be, what you were meant to do. And remember, I feel like we're always put in this box, like, okay, you're just an engineer, but now you're more than an engineer. You're a mom, you're an engineer, you're an illustrator, you're now a children's book author. I mean, it's endless opportunities that you've created, and you're showing your child that you can do anything or be anything you want by doing things that you love. So that is so cool. So what is the name of the book?
So the book is titled My Trip to the Fair, A Journey Through the Handicrafts of India.
Okay. Oh, look, there's our picture. We have a picture of it right there. Yay.
Thanks for putting that on. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. We also have your author page too, if we want to put that up real quick, Maggie.
That'll be helpful. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes, I love your headshot. I love the details on it. And we can find that. We'll go over as well, but on Amazon and other places as well, we'll review at the end. So tell us a little bit about like what the book is about.
Sure. So at a high level, the book is an account of a child who visits an arts and crafts fair in India. This boy goes to India with his immigrant mother, and at his grandparents' house, he sees these vibrant toys and is intrigued by them, and he wants to learn more about them. And so he goes with his mom to the fair, and he wants to know where these toys came from, or how they are made. And so, and then he's finding answers for that. And but it also, but at its core, this book is about the rich legacy of Indian handicrafts. So yeah, so it combines that experience of the fair and also that about Indian handicrafts. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives like I love like all so many kids books. It's like science and these mysteries, and I love the fact that now we're really getting into like geographical stories as well. So our kids can just learn from others all around the world, and it really encourages people to travel and for kids to enjoy trips with their parents. Now, I know your kiddo probably is always asking questions and things like that. So were you inspired to write the book from your son?
That's a great question. So the inspiration for the topic came from some other source. So basically, when I was growing up, we used to celebrate this annual festival called Sankranti. This was a holiday when families used to display their collection of traditional toys, and sometimes they'd also display them as theme-based dioramas. And my parents, who have traveled across the country, used to love collecting handcrafted items, especially these dolls and toys. So then, and during this holiday, when as a family we used to get together and set up this display of toys, I used to hear them very passionately talk about the traditional craft forms. And so I guess their love for the toys and admiration for the craftsmen sort of trickled down on me and inspired me to write about these crafts, and I wanted to pass it to this that interest to the next generation, as just as I took it from my parents.
Yeah.
And and more so because raising my son here in the US, I felt like it's very important that we keep kids connected to their heritage.
Yes.
And just as I mentioned, like through my own experiences, I realized that art could be a very effective medium in establishing that connect with one's culture. So,
Love that.
so yeah, the inspiration was this festival and the celebration and my parents' love. Yeah.
That is
For the
so
crafts.
cool.
Yeah.
I asked, like, was it because your son, like, what, like something based on something he's asked before, but I love that because, like, there's so many toys when I was little.
Yeah.
That my mom, like, when we go visit, she'll bust them out for the kids, to play with. And it's so fun because it's nostalgic to me. It makes me remember these incredible memories, just like food. Food also triggers awesome, memories. And that's why I think people have all these traditional dinners. And I love that. I have a big Italian family. And so there's certain like things that I'm cooking and smells that trigger my grandmother, my nanny, my mom. I miss them. I live not too far from my parents, but I live like 2 hours away from my whole family. And, I know that's not too far, not like you. I know it's a quick drive, but it's still far. I don't get to just walk over to my mom's, but sometimes I cook a lot of recipes that just I'll smell. So I can, it triggers a good memory with them. And same with toys. Like when we go over to their house, it's neat to look at that stuff, and it brings me back memories and triggers memories and things that I never would have thought of. So I love the basic of your book, and it really connects you back to your family and other kids as well, encourages them, to just, I also love your story too, how you went out there and, you had a dream, an idea, and now it's on paper. So,
absolutely.
What advice would you give other parents that kind of want to go out and do their own thing, or maybe not leave their career, but if they have a different career and they kind of want to do something else? Do you have any advice for them?
I guess I am not like in a position where I can advise them, but I guess oftentimes we kind of associate ourselves so much with the jobs that we really don't focus on our creative sides. And I feel like life always gives you it's sometimes it's tough. Like I wanted to get back to working, and I couldn't because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I just found an opportunity there, and I just honed this creative side of me, and like flexed those creative muscles, and went ahead and did the book and did the illustration. So it was and bringing and coming back to that experience, I feel like it has really healed me. The
Oh,
experience has been really healing for me, and and I feel like, for that matter,
there. Like that's what's so amazing is by going through like, and I'm sure there was fear about doing it too. There was, maybe like doubt, should I do this or not? But instead you just did it and you look within, and it's great. Like once you go out and do it, it just, all this magic happens, and you really believed in yourself, and in the process you healed. Like I feel the same way. I hear that all the time, that by doing your passions and finding what makes you light up, and you're good at it. So of course you should be successful at it. It's something that you were meant to do. You have this amazing gift. And once you realize that, it is healing, because you just go through so much. And I love that you said that. I had chills when you said that. I wasn't expecting it. So I might not have advice. You have wonderful advice.
Sure. Like I said, I guess any creative journey for that matter has a very therapeutic kind of an energy to it. And me working on the illustrations, putting the content together, and learning about these crafts in more detail sort of healed me as a person. And I grew as an artist in the process. So
I love that. So, okay, so we have like a couple minutes left. That was my timer to say, you got to stop talking soon, Lisa. We have a few minutes though. We have a few minutes here. Got like 2 more minutes of the show, but I just want to say, so how can we support you? And where can we buy your book? Give us all your information so everybody watching this right now can go out, check your book out, and support you.
Sure. So my book is available on Amazon.com. And also the hardcover version of it is available in a lot of bookstores, actually, like barnesandnobles.com and target.com, and
you're in Target.com too?
But it's on target.com, not in the brick and mortar stores, but
that is amazing. I love that.
And Amazon.com as well. So you can just look up for the title of the book, My Trip to the Fair, or look up my name, Mallika Appana. That's Mallika Appana, and then find the book there.
All right, we're going to support you. And how about your social media?
Sure. Yeah, I forgot about that. So
we're going to support you in all areas.
Because that's
quickly making a pulled pork sandwich. I put coleslaw on top on my bun. So if you're like, what is she doing? It is so good. I don't know if you ever heard of coleslaw. Some people don't. Here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we do pulled pork sandwiches, coleslaw on this Kaiser bun, and I'm going to enjoy it with this yummy corn on the cob. And I'm going to be posting recipes in the comments and messaging everybody soon. And boom, this is it. And real quick, go ahead, Mallika, let us know about you and how we can find you.
Sure. So like I said, my book is on Amazon.com and barnesandnobles.com, target.com. And you can just find me with my author name, Mallika Appana. And then also you could find the book with the title of the book, My Trip to the Fair. And also on social media, you could follow me on Instagram at Mallika Appana, and Facebook at Mallika Appana as well. So that's that.
Awesome. Guys, check her out. She's doing big things, and we have to have you back for more. I mean, there's so many more questions that we have for you. So if you guys have questions for Mallika, please leave them in the comment box. She'll be interacting with everyone after the show and throughout the recipes. I mean, if there's any other episodes or anything coming on, she's going to be messaging, and if you guys want to reach out to her on her social media pages, check out her book on Amazon. And thank you guys so much for watching the Crockin Moms podcast. Mallika, thank you for being on today. It was such a pleasure.
Thanks for having me on the show. Thanks, Lisa.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you. And I can't wait to read your book to
sure,
my boys. It's going to be
sure.
amazing.
They're
So,
gonna love it. They're gonna love it. I bet. Yeah.
all right, bye guys, and thanks for
Okay. Bye,
watching.
Lisa.
Stay
Bye
tuned
bye. Yeah.
for more episodes just like this at the Crockin Moms podcast on Global TV Network. We're also on Roku, Apple TV, iHeart, Spotify, Crockpot Moms, Crockin Moms. We are all over. So just check us out. And thanks again for watching and supporting. All right,
Thank
guys.
you. Bye
And
bye.
also, if you're making these recipes, I want to see what you're doing. Send me pictures, put it in the comment box. We want to hear from all of you around the globe. All right, bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Yay. And